Who's the legislature in 76?
And a second. And we go. Okay, I'd like to open a public hearing with regards to requests for inclusion of lands in agricultural district number 124. At this time, I'll ask Tammy to read the notice of public hearing.
Notice of public hearing on request for inclusion of lands in agricultural district number 124. Notice is hereby given that one or more requests for inclusion of predominantly viable agricultural land have been filed with the Greene County Legislature and referred to the Greene County Agricultural and Farmland Protection Board pursuant to section 303B of Article 25AA of New York State Agricultural Markets Law, and a public hearing will be held by the County Legislature of Greene County, State of New York, in the Legislative Meeting Room, 4th floor, County Office Building, 411 Main Street, Catskill, New York, on the 15th day of December 2021 at 6:25 p.m. To consider the report and recommendations of the Greene County Agricultural and Farmland Protection Board to add the following parcels totaling 385.34 acres to Greene County Agriculture District number 124. John Falk, 446 Falky Road, Prattsville, parcel number 108.00-5-10 acres, 129.06. John Falk, 446 Falky Road, Lexington, tax tract, parcel number 108.00-1-53, 80.67 acres. John Falky, 235 Falky Road, Prattsville, tax parcel 108.00-5-9, 5.94 acres. John Falky, 235 Falky Road, Lexington, 108.00-1-52, 169.67 acres for a total of 385.34. Agricultural District 124 currently encompasses 819 parcels of approximately 40,985.35 acres within Greene County towns of Athens, Ashland, Carroll, Catskill, Coxsackie, Durham, Greenville, Walcott, Hunter, Jewett, Prattsville, Lexington, New Baltimore, and Wyndham, and the villages of Athens, Catskill, Coxsackie, Hunter, and Tannersville, entire county of Greene, known as Agricultural District number 124. A description and map of the district and proposed additions and recommendations of the Greene County Agricultural and Farmland Protection Board may be examined in the office of the clerk of the Greene County Legislature during regular business hours. 2021 request for inclusions into Greene County Agricultural District number 124, not approved by the Greene County Agricultural and Farmland Protection Board. Sidebar, Honorary, 243, Station 296, Town Village of Wyndham, parcel 96.00-1-7.1, 5.85 acres, 5.85 acres. Lot line adjustment, Curtis Parkman, Saybrook Valley Road, Durham, parcel number 10.00-2-37, 59.66 acres. All parties and interested citizens will be heard by the county legislature at the public hearing.
The purpose of the public hearing is to hear comments from the public with regards to requests for inclusion of lands in agricultural district number 124. If there's anyone here this evening who wishes to be heard with regard to requests for inclusion of lands in agricultural district 124, I would just ask that you raise your hand and be recognized, and when you stand, please state your name for the record. With that, we'll begin the hearing. Is there anyone here this evening who wishes to be heard with regards to requests for inclusion of lands in agricultural district number 124? Again, is there anyone here this evening that wishes to be heard with regard to requests for inclusion of lands in agricultural district number 124? Hearing no one. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for attending this public hearing. The hearing is now closed. And with that, we should be able to get right into the regular legislature meeting number 12. Are you swapping feeds or are you staying the same? Maybe a second to get set up. All right, I'd like to call regular meeting number 12 for the year 2021 to order and ask everyone to please rise for a moment of silent prayer. Thank you. If you join me in pledge of allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Now that's out of the way, I'll give my tribute to Mr. Lawrence. First thing on our agenda, we have the Northeast. And the roll call first.
All legislators are present with the exception of legislator Martin.
We have the Northeast Vietnam veterans, Bob Whitback, Judge Malone, and Tim Broder.
Yes, if I may.
Absolutely. Come on up, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. Hi, Tim. It's been a while since I've been in front of one of these. So. That's what we have to do. Good evening, everyone. Yeah, we just introduced to our part of our motley crowd tonight, Bob Whitback. You all know Judge Bud Malone, retired now. Good to see everybody here. It's so good to be among our friends again. It seems like forever since our last get together in the small meeting room when we originally discussed the monument. When we announced our intention to build a Vietnam Veterans Monument here in Greene County and place it in Greenville, as it has been our home port in LZ, as we would call it, for 20 years, that we had hosted the Northeast USA Vietnam Veterans reunions there. There was a time they were one of the largest gatherings of Vietnam veterans on the East Coast. That was right here in Greene County. It is so hard to believe that our plans, as well as the lives of this great country, and for that matter, the whole world in general, have been put on hold for almost 2 years. Who would have believed that after all this time, we're still dealing with this COVID? In any event, we are here. It is time to bring you all up to date on our progress towards the goal of building this monument, honoring all those from our area who paid the ultimate sacrifice and now have their names etched in the Vietnam Veterans Wall in Washington, D.C. It is now time to have their names etched on Greene County Vietnam Veterans Memorial Monument in the town of Greenville. Now, for those updates, not in any particular order right now. First of all, we have decided on September 17th, 2022 for the dedication. One of the main reasons for this date is that the day after the National POW/MIA Day on Friday, the 16th of September, 2022. In the United States, National POW/MIA Recognition Day is observed on the third Friday in September. It honors those who were prisoners of war, those who are still missing in action. It is mostly associated with those who were POWs during the Vietnam War. National Vietnam War Veterans Day is March 29th, the date of 1973, when the last U.S. combat troops departed the Republic of Vietnam. We chose National POW/MIA weekend over the other historic dates with the Vietnam War due to the many conflicting issues with the other dates, like the one just mentioned in 1973, as well as the actual official end of the war itself in 1975. POW/MIA Day is a day where we can remember those who are still missing and many who are perhaps still captive in all conflicts. We are planning a solemn POW/MIA ceremony at the monument site that Friday the day before the dedication. We have already notified Paul Macco, the town supervisor of the town of Greenville, in writing to this date. He acknowledged receipt of this information and without objection offered us any possible help that the town has to offer. For around the last 8 months to a year, we worked with Judge Malone's law firm of Whitman, how do you?
Whiteman, Osterman, and Hannah.
And Hannah LLP, and one of their attorneys, Tim Morrison, to attain our 501c3 for our fundraising efforts for this monument, let alone the problems with COVID as well as working with the IRS. You can understand that time frame. Our fundraising arm of the Northeast USA Vietnam Veterans Reunion Association is the Northeast USA Vietnam Veterans Memorial Fund, incorporated a 501c3 tax-exempt charitable organization, and all donations are tax deductible. The president is the Honorable Bernard J. Malone, Jr., the vice president, myself, Timothy Broder, Sr., and the treasurer is James Sill, who you met many times before, the big guy with the beard. He is doing the grandfather thing. Got a call 4 o'clock this morning to go help take care of the grandkids. He's disappointed he can't be here, but nonetheless, he's here in our thoughts. All donations can be sent to the Northeast USA Vietnam Veterans Memorial Fund, and just the check can be written out into those initials without writing out that whole thing. P.O. Box 326, Freehold, New York 12431. I have a copy of our 501c3 here I'd like to leave for the record. Donations have been coming in by word of mouth for now. We even had our first donation honoring the memory of a 2-tour Vietnam veteran who recently passed away. These donations in memory of deceased veterans, as well as donations honoring the service of living veterans that we have been asked about. We will be in some way recognizing all veterans who have had donations made in their name on the day of the dedication. Somehow or other, we'll work that in during that day. The Northeast USA Vietnam Veterans Reunion Association has always been about honoring the warrior, not the war. We're also in a pre-production stages for our challenge coin for the monument. As many of you have the old coins that we have, we're also working on that one for the monument. We have been receiving feedback and requests for this coin from as far away as Texas, Florida, North and South Carolina, Pennsylvania, and of course here in a number of locations in New York. When we had first created our challenge coin, we had a number of requests for the coin, especially from the snowbirds who were traveling south for the winter. They wanted something to showcase and show off Greene County, New York. Believe it, the stories we heard were incredible. There are challenge coins from the Vietnam veterans in Greene County, New York, hanging in veterans posts and halls, as well as community centers and homeowners association all over the country. So in as much as we are Vietnam veterans and proud of our service, we're also proud of our home here in Greene County, New York. Let's see, now a little plug here. I guess it's time to get your requests in for the monument coins before we go to our first minting. A little bit additional history of where we are now at the monument. Jim Sill and I met the former director of the Ulster County Veteran Service Agency, retired Navy Captain Steve Massey. At his invitation, he offered us his help and information with his experience building a monument to all Ulster County residents killed in action from the Revolutionary War to the present day war on terror. And it is an incredible monument. And if any of you ever had the opportunity, I'm sure many have so far, visited the Ulster County office building, you can't miss this monument out front. I think there's anywhere from 1,500 to 1,500 names they have on there, people that were killed during the Revolutionary War. The largest name base was during the Civil War. But it was just incredible to see, very moving thing. But he was also responsible for relocating the Vietnam Veterans Monument to its present location in front of the New York State Armory in Kingston, also another incredible endeavor. He also furnished us with the names and information for vendors from engineering, design firms to monument companies for design and procurement of the actual granite monuments. All very helpful. I had met Steve a number of times at veterans events in Ulster and Columbia counties, some of which I spoke at, and many times he had attended our reunions. One disappointment we have had experienced so far has been we are on the waiting list for the Wall That Heals, which is a 3/4 scale replica of the wall in Washington, D.C. and affiliated with that wall. Well, after spending over an hour on the phone back in May of 2021, it is a while away. reviewing Google Maps to ensure we had the room for this project, which also comes with a museum trailer. We were informed on November 19th that it would be impossible for us to host a wall in Greenville this year. We were informed originally that the priority was given to those locations that had been canceled due to COVID issues last year and in 2021. After additional off-the-record conversations, the individual I spoke with certainly understood the importance of having the wall at the same time as our monument dedication. It would have required monumental resources to do both at the same time. Although none of that weighed on their final decision, just purely the logistics and previous promises that they made to those who had canceled. They also mentioned to me that if we ever request hosting the wall in the future, we would be given priority status. A lot of its logistics is if they have a dozen hostings, let's say in the Southwest during our requested dates, it would be impossible to relocate thousands of miles just to accommodate one request. So after our discussions with these people, we have decided to focus completely on our monument for now, step back and take a deep breath. As it turns out, one of the coordinators on the Wall at Heels was one of our guest speakers, Jim Toon. We first met Jim and his wife when they had requested attending one of the reunions many years ago to collect photos for Faces on the Walls program that they had begun for the Wall Monument in Washington, D.C. The first reunion he had attended, he said that he had the best turnout for scanning photos for that project. He also commented that he had traveled all over the country visiting events like our reunion to collect photos. He said our reunion was one of the best, if not the best, gathering of Vietnam veterans and all veterans he had ever attended. I think he had returned 3 more times, which is when we had asked him to be one of our guest speakers. He was a helicopter pilot for the Navy Sea Wolves in Vietnam, which was a combat gunship squadron for the Navy in the Mekong Delta. It was Jim who gave me the personal phone numbers of the individuals to work with on scheduling the wall for our dedication. Jim is also a retired Navy captain. So you can imagine with that influence, he probably put some pressure on these people. It was just logistically impossible to be here. And this wall, I know the people involved, it's 400 feet long. I think it's 3/4 size scale. The one that was here, I think was maybe 1/3 scale. This one is 3/4 size, almost twice the size, or a little bit bigger actually. So you get some idea. Let's see. We have reached out to an engineering firm and are looking at printers for our fundraising literature, but everything takes time and moves much slower as we did not at all expect to still be experiencing the effects of the current magnitude at this time with COVID. We may in the future approach Greene County for help with as the project progresses. Let's see, at this moment, I basically have a couple. So I may now close with this information by again thanking you for allowing us here to update you. I'm not quite finished. And with that, I don't even have a microphone. I'm still not finished. Right? With that, before I leave, something just came to mind that reminded me of an old time TV show that is now and has always been on returns. And I don't know if I just quite caught this by accident one night. I believe it was Peter Falk as Columbo who always would say, just one more thing. You would not mind just one more thing. And he always said, and that was one of his trademark things. So, but it kind of appropriate for now. There is no doubt that when projects such as this monument and the 20 years of the Northeast USA Vietnam Veterans Union are undertaken, as I previously mentioned, again, they were once of the largest gatherings of Vietnam veterans. It takes a lot to accomplish and complete these projects. It is always the case that certain faces are very recognizable and people usually see the same few familiar faces. Many behind the scenes are never recognized. Some are not even part of the organization or entity. These are the unsung heroes. So tonight, we of the Northeast USA Vietnam Veterans Union Reunion Association are here. Boy, you say that about 10 times straight. To recognize one of those individuals always behind the scenes. Someone who is not affiliated with the Reunion Association, but is always there at a minute's notice and a phone call away. Always had the greatest words one could ever hear when the cry for help went out. Those words were, just tell me what you need and I will take care of it. Sometimes it's just a matter of a phone call, a couple hours, and poof, it was done. This person was there for the 20 years of the reunion. Now, some of the things I'm going to reference you have to realize they are coming from memories of those of us now in our 70s and 80s, and who may have had our brains rattled a few times over 50 years ago in a far-off land, so please bear with me. Bob Whitback reminded me of one of those individuals who, without him and both working together, there would not be an Honor a Veteran program here today in Greene County. Also being a moving force behind locating one of the traveling replicas of the wall to Angelo Kane Town Park in Cairo. Not sure of the date, but perhaps around 2001 or thereabouts. Also helping with logistics and financing when the Reunion Association again hosted one of the traveling walls in 2007 at the Freehold Fire Department. Other times when issues arose with commitments from Greene County, it was this individual who helped straighten them out. He is one of those unsung heroes. And with that, I would like to call up and invite my brothers in arms up here, Bob and Judge. Just join me for a few quick minutes. This won't take long. Say that now. This person is here with us tonight as we are here to honor him at one of his last official meetings with Greene County Legislature. People always thanked us for what we did for the veteran community during those 20 years. Tonight, we are the ones here to say thank you. Thank you for support of the veteran community, especially the Vietnam veteran. We know you will always be there for us. December 2021, William B. Lawrence.
About Bob Whitback.
Yeah. Well, hang on.
Oh, thank you so much.
We're not finished yet. Like I said, once we have that, you could have sat there because we got a while. No. Hang on. Well, I got this out here. Stay. Bill, although you may be retiring from here, we may have other plans for you. And with that, we would also like to present you an honorary lifetime membership with the Northeast USA Vietnam Veterans Reunion Association. With that, no, okay. We're not finished yet. The membership requires that you sit home and have a nice cup of coffee with this coffee mug that, hold on a minute, we'll get to it. It reads, never underestimate an old man who is also a Vietnam veteran. Okay.
So much.
Well, that's how you mean, you know, you've done a lot for us and you mean a lot to us, so we're not finished yet.
One more thing.
Yeah, well, no, sit down. Oh, yeah, no, here it is. Here, you can stay here for this. That's all right. Yeah. Just one moment, one last moment. I have here a copy of the Greenville Pioneer. Interestingly enough, December 18th, 2020, a year ago, almost to the day. The headline reads, longtime legislator and teacher honored. Everyone knows about Bill Lawrence. And here's the article here with some kid on the front page. Everyone knows about Bill Lawrence. On the silver screen, there was Lawrence of Arabia. Everyone knows with Peter O'Toole. We have our own Lawrence of Greene County, because that's the way he introduces himself a lot. Thank you, Bill Lawrence, and thank you for all your time. God bless you all. And have a Merry Christmas, and may 2022 be healthier and a better one for everyone. And God bless the United States of America.
Thank you so much.
It's just a, it's just a bag, but you don't have to show it, but that's a bag, hey, you can put it,
Oh, good, all
yeah, that's it, and that you can put everything.
right, all right, thank you.
All
I
right,
appreciate it.
all right.
Thanks for coming tonight.
Well, I mean, we had to try to do this and schedule this.
And you
to
have
get to
all,
that.
the veterans all have all, I suppose, believe me.
That's nice to know. That's why I said tonight, when I prefaced everything, I said, I miss all my friends, It's been great seeing everybody, and we'll get back on board here. We'll have the dedication, and, we may be 70s, and we're not done yet.
I know, I'm in that group, so.
I know. We're not done, we're just a little bit more spacing in between our visits and projects and things like that. But, we'll be here for you and you'll be here for us. How's that, okay?
Got it, man.
All right, everybody.
you.
God bless.
Thank you.
If you'll stay with me for just a second. 53 years ago, the loudest noise I ever heard, most of you, the loudest noise I ever heard, 53 years ago, right now, was I was walking the perimeter of our combat base in Vietnam. It was just getting to be dusk. I was on my way out. I was a lieutenant, supervised 3 concrete bunkers of very nervous young men. And the loudest noise I ever heard, somebody touched off a 155 millimeter howitzer, which is a tank. Howitzer shoots straighter up than an artillery piece. And I couldn't hear for a couple of days. I always suspected, never been confirmed, that somebody saw a glint of my blackened lieutenant's bar. So here comes an officer, let's touch one off. So 30 years later, when I became active in the Northeast Vietnam vets, because my father-in-law from Greenville, I'm married to Paula Stanger from the big Stanger family from Greenville. I was a veteran, so I became active. And lo and behold, I found out who the commander of that unit of 155 SP howitzers was. And the commander should take responsibility for everything his men does. I went back. He did. About small world. Thanks.
Payback's a tough one, right?
And thank you, voters, Greene County, for electing me to Supreme Court in '98 and 2012 out of deference to your most recent retiree. I won't indicate which political party I ran under, but thank you. You're a good man, Barry. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
I'm gonna leave this here. This is actually the rough drawing of our next point. And the only change we made on it is it has Greenville, New York, and underneath the bottom has Greene County, New York. So what we did is we changed Greenville, New York. We changed it to the town of Greenville, because if you ever Google Greenville, New York, you're gonna end up in Orange County somewhere. So we felt that the New York was quite redundant. You didn't need that. So, but anyhow, this is the latest one coming out. We'll be getting that. All right, everyone. Thank you. Good night, everybody. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Happy New Year. Merry Christmas.
Dropping envelopes, sir.
Good night, everybody. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh. You're all right. Thank you very much. Thank you.
All right, if there's no objections or corrections to the minutes of the previous meeting, I'll declare them approved. I get a motion and a second to dispense with committee reports.
Second.
Mark Leonard, thank you. All right, everybody has a copy of the meeting correspondence in your packets. And that we can move right into the resolutions.
Resolution number 303-21, authorization to pay claims. offered by legislator Gardner, second by legislator Hobart.
Okay, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? It's carried.
Resolution number 304-21, authorization to pay claims highway, offered by legislator Lewis, second by legislator Gardner.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? That's carried.
Resolution number 305-21, authorization to call organization meeting for 2022, offered by legislator Lennon, second by legislator Overbaugh.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? It's carried.
Resolution number 306-21, authorizing Greene County to accept maintenance jurisdiction over a portion of a parcel of land located at US Highway Route 9W and Boston Road, Town of Catskill, New York, offered by legislator Hobart, second by legislator Rivera.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? That's carried.
Resolution number 307-21, authorizing the agreement between Greene County and Troy Bank TV, offered by legislator Handle, second by legislator Thorne.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed?
Resolution number 308-21, awarding disability insurance, offered by legislator Overbaugh, second by legislator Lennon.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Carried.
Resolution number 309-21, secret declaration and approving recommendations for including land into agricultural district number 124, offered by legislator Davis, second by legislator Overbaugh.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? That's carried.
Resolution number 310-21, establishing roster for professional consultant services for economic development, tourism, and planning, offered by legislator Handle, second by chairman Linder.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Carried.
Resolution number 311-21, emergency services reaffirmation of NIMS procedures, offered by legislator Handle. Could I get a second?
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? That's carried.
Resolution number 312-21, authorizing purchase of professional shallow water aluminum boat, offered by chairman Linder, second by legislator Hobart.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Carried.
Resolution number 313-21, accepting proposal from CDM Smith for the development and maintenance of the county's bridge and large culvert inventory, offered by legislator Hobart, second by legislator Handle.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Carried.
Resolution number 314-21, authorizing the implementation and funding of a cost of 100% of the cost of a transportation project which may be eligible for federal aid and/or state aid or reimbursement from Bridge New York funds, offered by legislator Lennon, second by legislator Hobart.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Carried.
Resolution number 315-21, a resolution authorizing the implementation and funding in the first instance 100% of the federal aid and state Marchicelli program aid eligible costs of a transportation federal aid project and appropriating funds therefore, offered by legislator Buick, second by legislator Hobart.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Carried.
Resolution number 316-21, awarding bid for maintenance and control of roadside vegetation, offered by legislator Buick, second by legislator Handle.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? That's carried.
Resolution number 317-21, authorizing requests for proposals for transportation and disposal of solid waste, offered by legislator Hobart, second by legislator Buick.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Carried.
Resolution number 318-21, authorizing advertisement for bids for general contractor for the Catskill Transfer Station Recycling Facility, offered by legislator Thornton, second by legislator Handle.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Carried.
Resolution number 319-21, authorizing purchase of composting machine for Catskill Transfer Station, offered by legislator Lennon, second by legislator Buick.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? That's carried.
Resolution number 320-21, awarding electrical contractor for the Coxsackie Transfer Station reconstruction project. Offered by legislator Thornton, second by Chairman Linder.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? That's carried.
Resolution number 321-21, awarding general contractor for the Coxsackie Transfer Station reconstruction project. Offered by legislator Lewis, second by legislator Hobart.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? That's carried.
Resolution number 322-21, authorizing MOU between Greene County Department of Human Services, Aging, and the Department of Economic Development, Tourism, and Planning for transportation services provided by the Greene County Transit System. Offered by legislator Handle, second by legislator Overbaugh.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? That's carried.
Resolution number 323-21, authorizing agreement, Greene County Department of Human Services, Aging, and Catskill Mountain Housing Development Corporation. Offered by legislator Blumer, second by legislator Handle.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Carried.
Resolution number 324-21, authorizing agreement, Greene County Department of Human Services, Aging, and Nicole Haven, RD. Offered by legislator Overbaugh, second by legislator Handle.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? That's carried.
Resolution number 325-21, authorizing agreement, Greene County Department of Human Services, Aging, and Home Helpers. Offered by legislator Blumer, second by legislator Rivera.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? That's carried.
Resolution number 326-21, authorizing agreement between Greene County Department of Human Services, Aging, and Northeast Home Medical Supplies, Inc. Offered by legislator Lennon, second by legislator Handle.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? That's carried.
Resolution number 327-21, authorizing agreement, Greene County Department of Human Services, Aging, and Unlimited Care, Inc. Offered by legislator Handle, second by legislator Blumer.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? That's carried.
Resolution number 328-21, authorizing agreement, Greene County Department of Human Services, Aging, and Visiting Nurses Home Care. Offered by legislator Handle, second by legislator Overbaugh.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Carried.
Resolution number 329-21, authorizing agreement, Greene County Mental Health Department with Arthur McKinn, SD. Offered by legislator Davis, second by legislator Hobart.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Opposed. Bueller opposed? That's carried.
Resolution number 330-21, authorizing agreement, Greene County Mental Health with 24th Street Psychiatry, PC. Offered by legislator Davis, second by legislators Blumer and Handle.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Opposed. Bueller opposed? That's carried.
Resolution number 331-21, reappointing director, Capital District OTB. Offered by legislator Hobart, second by legislator Overbaugh.
All in favor?
Aye. Second.
Terry with a second. Anyone opposed? That's carried.
Resolution number 332-21, reappointing county attorney. Offered by legislator Rivera, second by legislators Davis, Hobart, Keller, Lawrence, Lennon, Overbaugh, and Chairman Linder.
Second from Handel, Gardner, Norrington, Blumer. All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? That's carried. Congratulations.
Resolution number 333-21, reappointment to county jury board. Offered by legislator Hobart, second by legislator Lennon.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? That's carried.
Resolution number 334-21, reappointing Greene County Emergency Services Director. Offered by legislator Hobart, second by legislators Blumer, Gardner, Handel, Lawrence, Lennon.
I'd like to second that also.
Rivera.
Rivera, Norrington. Davis, Gardner. I think that's it. All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? That's carried.
Resolution number 335-21, reappointing emergency medical services coordinator, offered by legislator Handle, second by legislators Blumer and Lennon.
I'd like to second that also.
Rivera will second. Thornton will second. Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed?
Resolution number 336-21, reappointing Greene County Emergency Medical Director, offered by legislator Handle, second by legislator Hobart.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Carried. Nobody wants to second the doc. Okay.
Resolution number 337-21, appointing, reappointing members to the Fish and Wildlife Management Board, offered by legislator Lennon, second by Chairman Linder.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed?
Resolution number 338-21, reappointing members to Board of Directors of Soil Conservation District, offered by legislator Rivera, second by legislator Davis.
Second. Second.
Hobart.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? An extension for Mike Buelich. And Jesse?
For me, please.
Yeah, that's carried.
Resolution number 339-21, reappointing members to Board of Directors of Soil Conservation District, offered by legislator Rivera, second by legislator Davis.
Hey, all in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? That's carried.
Resolution number 340-21, reappointing members to Tourism Advisory Committee, offered by legislator Lennon, second by legislator Overbaugh.
Hey, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? We have one abstention. Handle. Anyone opposed? That's carried. Thank you.
Resolution number 341-21, appointing member Tony Greene Workforce Development Board, offered by legislator Lennon, second by legislator Overbaugh.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? That's carried.
Resolution number 342-21, authorizing delinquent water, sewer, and sidewalk charge to be added to assessment rolls, offered by legislator Hobart, second by legislator Overbaugh.
We will roll call for this, please.
Legislator Overbaugh.
Yes.
Legislator Thornton.
Yes.
Legislator Blumer.
Yes.
Legislator Bueller.
Aye.
Legislator Davis.
Aye.
Legislator Gardner.
Aye.
Legislator Handle. Aye. Legislator Hobart.
Yes.
Legislator Keller.
Aye.
Legislator Lawrence.
Yes.
Legislator Lennon.
Yes.
Legislator Rivera.
Yes.
Chairman Linder.
Aye.
Mr. Chairman, we have 9,337.5 ayes. We have 652.5 absent, which reflects a no.
That's carried.
Resolution number 343-21, authorizing levy of limited taxes, offered by legislator Hobart, second by legislator Davis.
Hey, all in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? That's carried.
Resolution number 344-21, town levies, offered by Chairman Linder, second by legislator Hobart.
Roll call.
Legislator Thornton.
Yes.
Legislator Blumer.
Yes.
Legislator Bueller.
Aye.
Legislator Davis.
Aye.
Legislator Gardner.
Aye.
Legislator Handle. Aye. Legislator Hobart.
Yes.
Legislator Keller.
Aye.
Legislator Lawrence.
Yes.
Legislator Lennon.
Yes.
Legislator Rivera.
Yes.
Legislator Overbaugh.
Yes.
Chairman Linder.
Aye.
Mr. Chairman, we have 9,337.5 ayes, 652.5 absent, which reflects a no.
That's carried.
Resolution number 345-21, authorizing the levy of unpaid school taxes for the year 2021. Offered by legislator Hobart, second by legislator Overblock.
The hat trick of roll calls.
Legislator Blumer,
Yes.
legislator Buick,
Aye.
legislator Davis,
Aye.
legislator Gardner,
Aye.
legislator Handle. Aye. Legislator Hobart,
Aye.
legislator Keller.
Aye.
Legislator Lawrence,
Yes.
legislator Leonard,
Yes.
legislator Rivera,
Yes.
legislator Overblock,
Yes.
legislator Thornton,
Yes.
Chairman Linder.
Aye.
Mr. Chairman, we have 9,337.5 ayes. 2.5 absent, which is absent.
That's carried.
Resolution number 346-21, authorizing the levy of unpaid village taxes for the year 2021. Offered by legislator Davis, second by legislator Hobart.
Good measure. One more roll call.
Legislator Buick,
Aye.
legislator Davis,
Aye.
legislator Gardner,
Aye.
legislator Handle. Aye. Legislator Hobart,
Aye.
legislator Keller,
Aye.
legislator Lawrence,
Yes.
legislator Leonard,
Yes.
legislator Rivera,
Yes.
legislator Overblock,
Yes.
legislator Thornton,
Yes.
legislator Blumer,
Yes.
Chairman Linder.
Aye.
Mr. Chairman, we have 9,337.5 ayes, and we have 62.5 absent, which is absent.
Carried.
Resolution number 347-21, authorizing agreement Greene County Agricultural Society. Offered by legislator Rivera, second by legislator Leonard.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? That's carried.
Resolution number 348-21, authorizing agreement with Community Action of Greene County, Inc. Offered by legislator Leonard, second by Chairman Linder.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? That's carried.
Resolution number 349-21, authorizing agreement for an cooperative extension association of Columbia Greene County. Offered by legislator Overblock, second by legislator Buick.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? That's carried.
Resolution number 350-21, authorizing agreement with Greene County Federation of Sportsmen. Offered by legislator Leonard, second by legislator Rivera.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? That's carried.
Resolution number 351-21, authorizing agreement with Historical Society. Offered by legislator Handle, second by Chairman Linder.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? That's carried.
Resolution number 352-21, authorizing agreement with Greene County Libraries Association. Offered by legislator Rivera, second by legislator Overblock.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? That's carried.
Resolution number 353-21, authorizing agreement soil and water conservation district. Offered by Chairman Linder, second by legislator Leonard.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed?
Resolution number 354-21, authorizing agreement soil and water conservation district regarding watershed assistance program. Offered by legislator Davis, second by legislator Overblock.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? That's carried.
Resolution number 355-21, budget amendment, Greene County Clerk, digitization of records. Offered by legislator Rivera, second by legislators Leonard and Overblock.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? That's carried.
Resolution number 356-21, budget amendment, Greene County Department of Human Services unmet needs grant. Offered by legislator Handle, second by legislator Blumer.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? That's carried.
Resolution number 357-21, budget amendment, Greene County Mental Health, New York State Office of Mental Health. Offered by legislator Rivera, second by legislator Hobart.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? It's carried.
Resolution number 358-21, budget amendment, Hunter and Coxsackie transfer stations. Offered by legislator Hobart, second by legislator Handle.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? That's carried. Up the resolutions for tonight. I have a few chairman's appointments here to take care of. First one, going to be reappointment to the Advisory Council to the Greene County Department for Aging for 2022. Being duly authorized as chairman of the Greene County Legislature, I can hereby reappoint upon recommendation of Terry McGee Ward, Executive Director of the Greene County Department of Human Services Aging, the following as members of the Advisory Council to the Greene County Department for Aging for 2022. Mr. Armstead, Edward Bloomer, Lynn Brunner, Beatrice Clappin, Michelle Dio, Richard Golden, Lawrence Krajewski, Judith Presty, William Moore, Beverly Myers, Florence Oley, Dorothy True, Linda Van Etten, Dawn Walland, Jeffrey Russo. There are 2 vacant positions, one for Greene County Public Health, one for Durham. Today. Next one is reappointment to the Greene County Children, Youth, and Community Advisory Board for 2022. Being duly authorized as chairman of the Greene County Legislature, I hereby reappoint upon recommendation of Terry McGee Ward, Executive Director of the Greene County Department of Human Services Youth Bureau, the following as members of the Greene County Children, Youth, and Community Advisory Board for 2022. Mary Jo Yeager, Deborah Klingman, Larry Krajewski, Allison Phoenix, Brenda Rustick, John Scalera, Mary Ann Scalera, Angelo Scaturo, Don Smith, 1 vacancy in Greene County Public Health. Next one is reappointed member of the Agricultural and Farmland Protection Board. I, Patrick S. Linger, Chairman of the Greene County Legislature, by the authority vested in me by resolution number 236-93, to hereby reappoint the following members to the Greene County Agricultural and Farmland Protection Board. Michael Bulich from Greene County Legislature. That term will end through 2024.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Mike. And the final one is reappointing the Stop DWI Coordinator as Chairman of the Greene County Legislature by authority vested in me by the statute of the state of New York. I do hereby reappoint Greene County Sheriff Peter Kuzminski as Greene County Stop DWI Coordinator for a term of 1 year, commencing January 1st, 2022 through December 31st, 2022. Legislators having further business to come before the board. All right, just a reminder then that our organizational meeting is scheduled for January 3rd at 6 p.m. If anyone had Spielberg grants into the December audit, they will be available Friday after 2 p.m. We have commendations to do tonight. In honor of our 2 retiring legislators, Lawrence and Mr. Gardner. Have to come around front here as well. Mr. Gardner.
The legend.
The legend. The legend. We have, from all of us here at the Greene County Legislature, we want to thank you for your time that you put to the citizens in Greene County, the service that you've given, unwavering, the voice of reason, every time the voice of reason. And we have a commendation for you from all of us. This is a commendation from the Greene County Legislature in honor of Larry F. Gardner, whereas Larry F. Gardner has continuously served on the Greene County Legislature for the past 40 years, since January of 1982, representing District Number 7, Halcott, Lexington, and Hunter. And whereas over the years, Larry F. Gardner has served as a member of numerous legislative committees, including buildings and grounds, economic development and tourism, education, finance, government operations, health, highway, human resources, human services, and public safety committees. And whereas during his time with us, Larry F. Gardner was appointed to serve on many boards, committees, and task forces, including the Special Committee on Solid Waste, Overall Economic Development Committee, Safety Net for Children Task Force, Reinventing Greene County Government Symposium Planning Committee, the Greene County Legislature Reapportionment Task Force, County-Owned Property Task Force, Council for the Disabled, Aging Advisory Council, and the Schoharie Watershed Advisory Committee. And whereas in 1986, then Chairman of the Legislature, William B. Lawrence, appointed Larry F. Gardner as parliamentarian of the Greene County Legislature, and Legislator Gardner has been appointed parliamentarian every year since then by each subsequent chairman of this legislature. And whereas in addition, Larry F. Gardner had the distinction of serving several times during his tenure as the minority leader of the Greene County Legislature, beginning in 1989 through 1991, again in 1995 through 2001, and from 2003 through 2004, and 2006 through 2008. As minority leader, Larry Gardner was an ex officio member with a vote on all legislative committees. And whereas most significantly in 2008, then chairman of the legislature, Wayne C. Steenberg, appointed Larry F. Gardner to be the chairperson of a legislative committee. And he is believed to be the first minority chairperson of a legislative committee in the history of the Greene County Legislature. Larry F. Gardner served as chairperson of the County Services Committee, formerly the Human Resources Services Committee, from 2008 through 2018. And whereas Larry F. Gardner will be leaving the Greene County Legislature as of December 31st, 2021, and whereas it is our desire to express our sentiments regarding the departure of our colleague, now therefore we, the members of the Greene County Legislature, hereby express our collective admiration, appreciation, affection for our colleague Larry F. Gardner, and we wish him all the best in his future endeavors. We also take this opportunity to call upon the citizens of Greene County to join with us in commending and thanking Larry F. Gardner for his 40 years of devoted public service to and on behalf of the community and Greene County. As stated today, signed by all of us. We have a second one here that I've been asked to read from our administrative staff. Apparently, nobody wants to read this for you. But for Larry, how could it be 40 years have gone by so fast? It was all work and little play that made it fly quickly past. It's so hard to believe that you won't be here anymore. For a long time, we'll keep looking with every opening of the chamber door. We thank you so much for your wisdom, guidance, and legal review. Robert's Rules of Order has got nothing over you. And in all your jokes, your kindness, and quiet manner too, we had someone approachable who we could always turn to. We underline, wish you so much happiness, toes in the sand, sunshine in your face, because we knew long ago that you could never be replaced. So we'll let you go, hoping you realize how much you meant. And please know that we'll be here waiting for one more call from a dead president.
Okay, here. Now, a couple of you may have anticipated that I would come here this evening to say something profound. I'm going to disappoint you, but I point you back to all of the things that I've said over the last 40 years, and I would submit to you that they were all profound.
Of course.
But what I really want to do is I want to express some thanks, and I've written it down. I'm not the speaker that Phil Lawrence is. He can speak extemporaneously better than anyone. I can't.
Oh, yes.
No, I can read fairly well. Okay, I want to publicly and sincerely express my thanks to all the people of Hunter, Lexington, and Halkett who have placed their confidence in me to allow me to represent them in this legislature. I'd like to thank my family, Karen and Hillary and Julia, who have sacrificed for all of these years, allowing me to serve and work with you. To all of the legislators, both past and present, many of whom have been and are dear friends, who have shared their thoughts, ideas, and hard work, all in an effort to better Greene County. To our administrators, who with skill and wisdom are the backbone of running the complex business of our county government. To our legislative staff, who are second to none. To all the department heads, who are as skilled and professional as any in the state, and to all of our employees, who are our face in the community and who make us look good every day. And I can reflect back to the words I spoke in the dedication ceremony for Frank Stabile. It was his courage, his commitment, his dedication to this county that broke a certain mold and put us on the path we're on today, where the people that we hire and who make us look good are hired based on merit, okay, and not on something else. So my tremendous admiration to Frank, and I wish all of you well. You will never hear from me in the newspapers, but I do have a lot of cell numbers, and your phones may ring with kind and constructive thoughts. Thank you all.
Mr. Lawrence.
How are you gonna need a wheelbarrow to get all this stuff out of here?
Thank you for that. I appreciate it.
Bill, I remember coming here 6 years ago, and we come in as new legislators, and I can remember, I don't even know how many emails did we get when we started to bring everybody up to speed quickly on all those things that were going on in the legislature. And I just remember thinking, wow, boy, this guy's got it together. He's putting this right out there. So thank you for that. It brought us all very quickly into the fold, and you've been a mentor ever since for all of us. So we would also like to thank you for your time here, not only as a legislator, as a majority leader, and running caucuses for God knows how many years. People they don't often understand what it takes to get into leadership in these types of positions, and it takes some mettle. And in case anybody doesn't know what my hat says, it says if you can't stand the heat, go grab me a beer. So I have a commendation from the Greene County Legislature from all of us in honor of William B. Lawrence, whereas William B. Lawrence has served in the Greene County Legislature from 1980 until his resignation in 1987, when he left to become supervisor of the town of Cairo. And then he returned to the legislature in 1995 to date. And whereas notably, William B. Lawrence served as a chairman of the legislature in 1986 and 1987. And whereas during his time with us, William B. Lawrence has served as a member of numerous legislative committees, including Buildings and Grounds, Conservation, Education, Finance, Government Operations, Health, Highway, Human Resources, Human Services, Public Safety, and Public Works Committees, and was the chair of the Education, Government Operations, Highway, Health, Human Services, and Public Safety Committees. And whereas over the years, William B. Lawrence was appointed to serve on many boards, committees, and task forces, including Cooperative Extension Service Board of Directors, Altamont Fair Board, Department for Aging Advisory Board, Albany County Airport Authority Regional Advisory Board, County Office Building Task Force, Council on Disabled, College Chargebacks and Quarterly Tax Payments Task Force, Stop DWI Board of Directors, EMS Board, Greene County Ambulance Task Force, and the Greene County Fire Advisory Board. And whereas William B. Lawrence was also co-chair of the Employee Reallocation Reclassification Task Force, co-chair of Reinventing Greene County Government Symposium Planning Committee, and co-chair of the Safety Net Implementation Task Force, and was chairman of the Tourism Development Task Force, as well as the Suggestion Task Force, the Administrative Manual and Policies Task Force, and the Alternative to Incarceration Task Force and Advisory Committee. And over the years, he chaired several new county jail task forces. Whereas in addition, William B. Lawrence served as a majority leader of the Greene County Legislature from May 20th, 1981 to December of 1981, and again from 2015 to date. As majority leader, Legislator Lawrence was an ex officio member of all committees with a vote thereon. And whereas William B. Lawrence will be leaving the Greene County Legislature as of December 31st, 2021, and whereas it is our desire to express our sentiments regarding the departure of our colleague, now therefore, we, the members of Greene County Legislature, do hereby express our collective admiration, appreciation, and affection for our colleague, William B. Lawrence, and we wish him all the best in his future endeavors. We also take this opportunity to call upon the citizens of Greene County to join us in commending and thanking William B. Lawrence for his 35 years of devoted public service to and on behalf of his community and Greene County, dated today, signed by all of us.
Thank you so much.
From our administrative staff.
Oh,
For Bill, the time has come to say goodbye. We're so happy for you, while we try not to cry. For decades, you were our teacher too, showing us through examples of what you would do. How to be strong and true to what you believe, proving to all of us how much you could achieve. You've given so much for so long, you are way overdue to spend time with your family and friends and live life to the fullest, is what we wish most for you. So leave the gun and take the cannoli. Revel in every minute of every day and enjoy yourself totally. Because yes, somehow we'll muddle through, but we know what we've lost. There'll never be another you. And that's really the love and wishes from the office staff.
wow, great, thank you.
Apologies to Dr. Seuss.
Can I borrow your speech?
Anybody in this room doesn't need to borrow a speech.
41 years ago, I was sworn in. I hope to get through this. That's why my wife is here, because she doesn't believe I'm retiring either. But I was sworn in for the first time I was the Greene County Legislator. And I'm here tonight to bid farewell on my final days of my last term. As the proclamation states, I came in with a class of 1980, Charlie Martinez, myself, and 10 others. Charlie, of course, is emotionally compromised because Larry and I are leaving, so he couldn't be here tonight. But that group, 1980, I stayed with them until 1987. Then I went to become supervisor for the town of Carroll. And I came back by request in 1995. Total, after 35 years of being a Greene County legislator, which coincidentally is the term limit I set for myself back in 1980. But I remember the words of Jimmy Palmentier. He was here in the 80s, and he was a legislator, a good friend, and he had to leave because of the Hatch Act. And he said he hates to go, but he knows he has to. I really hate to go, but I know I must, because I've reached the point in my life where I have other things to do, especially a great granddaughter, Skylar. I got to take care of her. She'll be in that seat someday. You watch. I do want to thank my colleagues. I think over the years, 35 years, almost 4 decades, I've gone through 60 other colleagues. I've served with and dealt with 6 administrators. I've voted for 7 chairmen, one of them myself, and I've been part of 3 districts: Carroll, Carroll-Durham, Carroll-Catskill, and back to Carroll now. And I have to thank all those people. I have to thank you for making me a better representative We've accomplished some great things. I was going through the list today, the courthouse, this building, solid waste system that was developed, well, my mind is going crazy now, but the many, many things that we've worked on that have become so popular and useful to the people of Greene County. More than that, it's the individual people you deal with that counts the most. I call it the human factor, whether it's getting a road plowed or a pothole filled or dealing with a tax concern. That's what I call the human factor. And I hope, and I want to urge you to keep that in mind during all your deliberations. But it's been a great honor and my privilege to have been a Greene County legislator for so many years. I want to thank the people of Carroll Durham, Carroll Catskill, for their enduring support and confidence. And my great thanks to you, the staff, Sean Roden, Ed Catherine, for making me a better representative. And with that, I bid adieu. Thank you so much.
No.
Right. That's Charlie's thing.
Certainly, job well done to both of you. And I think before you guys leave tonight, we'll grab a picture with everybody.
Yes.
I will believe.
No more than this is not here, but another fine
Mike and I wear a mask, we can pull it off.
Yes.
Or we can just Photoshop them in. like
Just Photoshop,
it out. I believe Legislator Rivera has a memorial he would like to adjourn with.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'd like to adjourn our meeting in memory of Nicholas J. Passero, 89 of Round Top, New York, passed away on November 19th, 2021 at Albany Medical Center in Albany, New York. He is survived by his children, Christine Staffchuck and Mark, and Anthony Passero, his wife Jennifer, grandchildren Tara Marie Coyne, Suzanne, Chris Coyne Duncan, Amanda and Paul Schaffner, Michael and Catherine Giuliano, Gianna Coyne, and Adriana Passero, and great-grandchildren Dante Rivera Coyne Alvarez, Daphne Schaffner, Cassette Coyne, and Charleston Coyne Duncan. He was predeceased by his loving wife Teresa, granddaughter Sarah Nicole, brothers Richard and Philip, and sisters Emily Prestigiacomo and Mary Rose. He was born on April 5th, 1932 in New York City. Nicholas was employed with the New York NYPD, rising to the rank of lieutenant. He spent 5 years with the National Guard. In 1975, he moved to Greene County and founded Carroll Well Drillers in 1977. He was a former president of the Rotary, Italian American Club, and was a member of the Round Top Volunteer Fire Company. He was the former chair of the Greene County Conservative Party for many years. His funeral services were held at Richard's Funeral Home, and a massive Christian burial was celebrated on Wednesday, November 24th at Sacred Heart Church in Carroll. The interment was at St. Patrick's Cemetery in Catskill. So on behalf of all of us here, we adjourn our meeting in his memories.
Second from the board on that? Second. Thank you.
One more thing,
No.
Mr. Chairman. I'm sorry, I forgot. I want to give everybody the box of candy on your desk.
Yeah.
This was my way of saying goodbye, but also to honor Frank Stabile, who we honored tonight with this, the name of this chamber. He used to do that every Christmas for every legislator. The box is like 5 times bigger, though. Take it and with good wishes and think of Frank.
Yes, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Bill.
Thank you. We're adjourned.
If we could just get a group picture with Larry.
Yep.